at the gate of the premises by Tony Awolesi, a sheriff of this court, on October 6, 2023 and April 22, 2024 at about 11:05 and 10 a.m. respectively. That despite these services, the defendant did not attend courts and did not file processes to deny the claim of the claimant. The implication of this is that the defendant is taken to have admitted the facts of the claimant and is also taken to have conceded to the relief asked for by the claimant. Consequently, the request of the claimant is granted. Possession of 57 Oduduwa Crescent is granted in favor of the claimant. Cost summarily assessed as 2 million naira is also granted in favor of the claimant against the defendant. So, additionally, a police report indicated that the land was initially allocated to Mrs. Oluwalubon by the federal government in 2003. A certificate of occupancy signed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was issued to her on February 17, 2025. Listen. Additionally, a police report indicated that the land was initially allocated to Mrs. Oluwalubon by the federal government in 2003. A certificate of occupancy signed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was issued to her on February 17, 2025. Oluwalubon's lawyer accused Obi of politicizing the dispute. That's what he said. He says in one breath, Mr. Obi claimed the property in question belongs to his family. In another, he is said it belongs to his brother, whose identity remains conveniently hidden. And at yet another point, he suggested the property is owned by a company where his brother works. So which is it? The truth is becoming increasingly clear. Mr. Peter Obi has no real connection to this property. Rather, he appears to have been hired to use his influence, name, and social media reach to politicize and sensationalize a matter that is currently before a court of law. Nigeria is not a lawless nation. It is people like Peter Obi who ought to know better, who encourage lawlessness by attempting to sway public opinion.
At the court, the first thing the court will look at was the tenant properly served. That's the beginning of the matter. And what is properly service? Was he giving due notices at the appropriate time, like a yearly tenant, 6 months notice, which will expire with his tenancy? Is sacrosanct. If it is not, the court will not say, okay, go and give proper service. Are you getting what I'm saying? Good. Now, even at that, at the end of the day, definitely the landlord will get a judgment in his favor because he's owner of the house. Esther, listen and listen good. Even when the landlord have gotten judgment, it is not enough for him to move in and take laws into his hand. He will go with the court sheriff to effect that judgment. On court order, there must be, what's it called now? Execution order. He cannot just go there and begin to pack load, to say, yes, the judge said that you should do. Maybe the tenant is owing you money. You cannot go and claim that money on your own. There are processes to it. You will not go and file a FIFE application for FIFE. That means you want to claim the property, movable property of that man, so that the court can sell it and give you your money. The money is it as if the tenant cannot pay you the money. You cannot, as a landlord, say because you have gotten judgment, you now go and begin to pack the load in the man's house. Say you have gotten judgment. Yeah, this man is owing me. I must collect his fridge, collect his television, his generator, his car. After all, he's owing you. You can't do that. Esther, you can't do it, even though you have gotten judgment to eject the man. Now, let me tell you, it didn't end there.
Okay.
It's allowed. But when it comes to matter like this, and you are gotten to judgment, my dear, you must give a copy of the judgment to the person you are contesting this property with. After all, they have been there for over 15 years, according to it, and you are aware. So what is the secret all about? Esther, tell me. What is the secrecy and the hurry all about if there is no ulterior motive? You can see where I have an issue with this. You are talking of a property and you are saying unknown person. You say it's a corporate organization. Somebody is there. Go with the police. Enter the premises. There is a line manager there who will receive you. who will not aware what was going on before. You should have listened to him and said, okay, since we have been served, let us go to court and then see to it. They didn't want the court to discover what they have done. That was why they hastily, on a weekend, and started demolition. Okay, if the property was given to you, listen very well, Esther, listen. Was it land that was allocated or the building that was allocated to you in 2003? Which of them?
Is the land. Okay.
Good, the land. You were there for 15 years. They built on it. Esther, are you listening to me?
I'm listening to
you.
You
were present in this Lagos. They built on that land for 15 years. You didn't claim ownership. Then in 2025, you hurriedly went to court and got whatever judgment at the back of the occupant, who said he equally have what? C of O. So who is now the owner of the land? Esther. Who is the owner of the land? We are talking of 2 C of O here now. I don't believe that P2B is so desperate about land that you go and occupy somebody's land or his brother. I don't think so. There are many land the P2B can buy in Lagos and do whatever. You and I know that. But they have been on this property for over 15 years. You didn't come to claim ownership. You don't show daughter. The same GRA Ikeja. Their property was demolished because of political reasons. It was when the husband came out to tell the history and story of that land that I said, what? Teju Osho, I think she's a member of the house. And that's the state assembly. Their house was equally demolished in this manner. Without any due process, nothing.
But the lawyer of this Mrs. Deborah Oluwa Logbon, I hope right.
Go ahead.
The lawyer is saying that Obi is politicizing the issue.
Well, please leave that, please, Esther, please. Esther, if you are present, if you are alive, and your brother property is being demolished, you mean you will be a good brother to start that Kimbo and what them and say it does not concern me?
No, Barrister, I even thought you would address the fact that this supposed lawyer, the person who owns this property, who is a co-owner of this property, because they said the brother is part of a shareholder who owns part of the company. You did not see this person appear in court. So who did you write something to?
Listen.
Rather than having to come make this accusation.
I am coming. That's why they want to put people to be in bad light, and that's what I want to discredit here now.
It happened because throughout today there was X. People are calling him out, saying he wants to cause anarchy.
Out of ignorance. Listen, if P2B did not do what he did, they will see chastisement. That look at his brother property was demolished. He did not even bother. He did not even pay attention. Is it the person that want to rule Nigeria? If P2B cannot defend his brother property, whose property can he defend, Esther? Tell me. No, answer me now. The people that are talking. I have told you, P2B doesn't have a spokesperson. Who will reply these people? How can such a thing happen and he's present and he knows that illegality has committed and you say he should not talk? What is politicization here? What happened? Was it not an illegality on its own? The judge was deceived, Esther. No judge can give such a judgment. Without due process. Without all the parties that told you here.
Let me read this out. So we need to be in proper context so that nobody claims that anyone is being sentimental about this.
We are not. We are talking about those who said that.
I know, because we need to understand. The question is, who is the rightful owner of this property? So just here. If Mr. Peter Obi, according to the lawyer of this woman, if Mr. Peter Obi was genuinely interested in justice, he of the situation instead of using social media as a court.
Can you imagine?
Sided narratives. That's what the lawyer of this woman is saying. And that's why I'm wondering how come this lawyer is now speaking up. This lawyer that presented whatever to the supposed defendant.
Esther.
You did not see a Peter Obi. You did not see Peter Obi's brother.
Listen.
No, hold on. I'm coming. I know where I'm arriving at. He says he knows full well that the suit number of the case in which Mrs. Olorin Logbon secured judgment is boldly displayed on the property. The party he is fronting for. So he's now alleging that Peter Obi is fronting for somebody.
Is Peter Obi a lawyer?
No, that is for the brother now, the said brother who has refused to, whose identity is hidden. Okay, so they said the party he is fronting for has already joined issues in court, and that for the record, this is what he said. For the record, Mrs. Olorin Logbon possesses a valid judgment, certificates of occupancy, and other official documents confirming her ownership of the property. Until a court says otherwise, the property has to use as she sees fit.
Hold on.
The disturbing pattern here is that Mr. Peter Obi's current online campaign is a continuation of earlier disobedience to court orders orchestrated by his associates. In other words, the associates were the ones that did not respect court orders. They did not appear in court. They did not respect the summon. They did not appear when they were supposed to appear to give a counter affidavit to what she presented in 2023 and 2024.
Can you imagine?
That's what he's claiming. So that he should have gotten a better perspective from the person and the team of persons he is fronting for, rather than coming on social media to raise an alarm that he's politicizing the entire issue.
Esther, all those things that I'm hearing now is, by the way, when did the P2B got wind of what was going on? Was it not last Friday when they were demolishing the property?
Yes.
So why are you blaming him, for God's sake?
I'm not blaming him.
I know, I'm talking what you are reading here now.
The lawyer of the
yes,
woman,
yes, he's trying to cast P2B in bad light deliberately. Are you telling me that P2B was aware and they did not enter?
The sound too was they were taking unawares.
I just what I'm telling you now, but he said he served the lawyer. He said he served him. He didn't wait to hear what the court had to say. Are you getting what I'm saying? He said he served him. He served him, and they went on demolition spree. He didn't talk about that one. Esther, now listen. The CFO of that property was gotten in February 2025 this year.
Yes.
Someone who signed it. Listen. Between the time this property was allocated, till now, till the time it got here, that means there was no CFO.
Yes, there was no CFO.
That meanwhile, P2B's company or his brother company has been on that property for over 15 years. Esther, look at it too. That means the ownership, this woman does not have even claim over that land until February 2025. When the CFO was gotten, was P2B's company or his brother company not there? Did this woman make any move to tell the people there that, look, this is what is going on? I'm the owner of this property. I got this CFO. Nothing was done, Esther. Look at the criminality involved here. How do you got a CFO for a property that somebody is occupying and you didn't let him know, and the governor signed it without you must go to Lands Alauta to search for the status of that property before CFO must be signed. What are you telling me? How can you serve a CFO for a property that someone has occupied for over 15 years now? You got a CFO just February this year. For a property somebody has been occupying for over 15 years. Esther, that means before all this time, this woman have no claim to that property. It's as simple as that. Because the highest title to any property is your CFO. Meanwhile, P2B brothers company have a CFO. The son presented it. Esther, how do you now justify this?
Two people are having CFO
for one property. The one that got it before and the one that got it now, who is the real owner?
The one that got it before.
Oh my God!
Barrister, let me play the lawyer. Let me play the sounds.
You can see how my people pay for lack of knowledge.
Let me play the sounds.
Can you see now?
On Friday, just this last Friday, we were called upon that some people came here to levy execution on Friday. We never knew about the pendency of any suit at all.
Okay.
Nothing, nobody knew.
Okay.
The suit was filed against persons unknown. Unknown persons. Was the defendant in the case. What we did was to say, let us quickly rush to the registry to see the process filed, the process they relied upon to come to this place. We now got it only to discover that they came by way of what they call originating summons.
That means you don't need to come.
And they were even claiming possession, not title, not ownership of the property. Possession. What's the implication of originating summons? The originating summons is that it's not an issue that ought to be controversial or contested.
Exactly.
And they were just claiming possession. possession means they want to take over. But there was no claim for I am the owner, that is title.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't there.
Exactly.
We made copies of all those processes and walked all through Friday. On Monday, we filed our application, which was yesterday. We filed a motion, one, for joinder. Let us be joined in the case.
The matter, yes.
As parties in the case. And we attached an affidavit where we annexed copies of material documents showing that we truly own the house.
Exactly.
We attached the deed of assignment, we attached the CO4, we attached every document to show that we genuinely own the house.
Good.
We also filed a separate application seeking to set aside that order,
Yes.
that order of the court, because the order was obtained without the court knowing that other persons own it. They just sued unknown persons. And I can assure you that if you go through the attached evidence of service, but I can assure you, if you go through, you see that what they normally do is that they go behind there now, paste the court process, snap it, remove it.
Exactly.
And go back to the court.
Exactly.
As evidence that they have effected service.
Can you imagine?
We attacked all those things in our application seeking to set aside that judgment. We also filed an application setting aside further execution, which is what they're doing. Staying further execution, which is what they're doing. We also have a leg on injunction pending the hearing of the suit.
The suit, yes.
We also have a prayer where we are saying, my Lord, convert this case to pleading so that everybody will file their own side of the story. And the court will take a plenary session and hear us out.
Exactly, my brother.
That is where we are.
But they couldn't wait.
We have not served them, truly, but they are in the registry coming to serve them. But I expect that as a lawyer, if you know, like I did disclose to the man who came as their lawyer, that there is a pending application of this nature, which applications are of grievous nature. I think the proper thing to do, the circumstances, would have been to await the hearing of that application. Then let the court rule on it one way or the other. That is where I expect my colleagues to take it to and say, oh, since they have come, since, although he's entitled to say he has not been served, but I'm also entitled to assume that having spoken to him, I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria. If I tell him that this is what is going on, he can wait. He should also indulge me.
Exactly.
Because I will do that. And wait. It is, you are not running anywhere. It is the house. The house will not run. The house will not run to anywhere. Are you getting my point? Because the houses are fixed. I mean, the houses are fixed to the land. You can't carry the land down. You can't carry anything anywhere. So what you do in the circumstance would have been simply to take time, wait for the process, take it, react to it, and show that you have a superior title. And then we'll take it from there.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
So why the rush? Why the hurry?
Oh my God!
And that's why there are political connotations to everything that happens.
Exactly, Esther. Listen very well. The Lagos State government cannot tell me they are not aware because the CFO was signed this February. Why, Esther? Let me tell you the processes to this CFO. Before you want to get title for your land, there are processes. You first of all go for search at Alausa.
Okay.
Know the status of that property. When they presented this thing to the authority, to the authorities, and they discovered that somebody already have a title up to CFO, why did the governor sign it? Because let me tell you, all the land in Nigeria, in every state, is in the custody of the governor of a state. Even the federal government cannot take it without telling the governor, please, we want to use this particular place. Can you give it to us? That is the process. That's the ideal thing. The governor has the power and authority over all the land. He's holding it in custody for the citizen of that state. Nobody can mess up with you without his knowledge. Nobody can sign CFO on his behalf except you authorize. So this CFO that was gotten just this February and the one that P2B brothers got to over 15 years ago, which one is more superior? Esther, you mean somebody did not go to Alausa and search the status of that property before giving another CFO? Nigerians, I hope you are listening. I hope you are listening. That is where we are. When P2B was talking of lawlessness, this is it. This is it, Esther. This is it. How could anybody have signed another CFO for somebody without even challenging the other one?
But the government may not. Well, this was 15 years ago.
You didn't get me.
Okay.
I said you should have challenged the CFO of the company, the one that the company is holding. Let us know that. But because they cannot, that was why they went through the back door and obtained another one.
What
Esther,
if it
look
was,
at it.
No, Barrister Darlington. What if the governor did not know? Obviously.
What are you telling me? I just told you the process in here. Hold on, Esther. Hold on.
Okay.
You are not getting it.
I want to understand.
Nobody can do that. I told you how land these documents are obtained in anywhere.
What if he wasn't shown a record of that same property being owned? The governor.
He should ask the commissioner for lands. Yes, he should know. Esther, he should know. Let me tell you what happened. Another scenario. Let me tell you to know what is going on here.
Okay.
There was a land somebody bought some time ago with all the title documents at Okpebi. All of a sudden, because he had not developed it, all of a sudden, the man went there and saw people working and all that, The man went there and said, come, this is my property. What is going on here? Area boys and police chased him out of the place. Almost beat him. The man got tired and went to police. Police couldn't do anything. He now hired a senior lawyer to intervene. Barrister Mondo Bani. I'm mentioning them so that you know that I'm not talking rubbish. The man who went and did everything, went to court and everything, yet no headway. He now went to Alausa and met the commissioner of land. The man told him that, look, because of the person involved in that land, our hands are tied. Mondo Bani is alive. Asked him, he said this thing on radio. I heard him. Esther, I heard him. And that is it. Esther, that is it. Let me tell you another one that is so annoying and so embarrassing. Because someone is telling us he doesn't know. Do you see this Magodo GRA here? Good. That place was acquired under the military day many years ago for what? General Hospital. But because the military, stopped ruling over us and singing their martial music in the morning, maybe they abandoned the project. And then all of a sudden, they collected that land from the owner, so the owner gave it because it's for public use. Maybe because the head office of the capital of Nigeria shifted to Abuja. All of a sudden, somebody went there and was building. They built, even a reserve area, wetland, they built up to that place. So the owners of the land now said, but this land, we were told it's for public general hospital. What happened? After they have built to that place, all the posh houses they built there, they went to court to challenge those properties, to challenge the legality and the misuse of their property. The court looked at it and said they should go and take their land back, remove anything there. Esther, about 4 years ago or so, yes, late in the night, the landlords carry bulldozers, everything, all their own talks. They went there to demolish it. Already they have served notice to all the tenants there. They came to demolish it. In the dead of the night, midnight, you know what happened? Governor Sanwo-Olu came. He woke up by that night with a commissioner of police in Lagos State. They went to stop them there. This is a private somebody's business. So he went to stop them. Of course, the matter died. The rest is history. You and I may not know how it ended. So why did the Governor Sanwo-Olu intervene in this matter? But in this one of P2B, he said that he should go to police. Quick police. Was it not the same police that stopped him from accessing that property when it was being demolished? Is it the same police that P2B will go and complain to? No, is it fair? No, answer me now. These are issues now. My question is, why should there be 2 CFO on a property? And the Sanwo-Olu signed it. just recently. Why? You mean nobody did search to know the status of that property before you issue a CFO? Esther, just February, for a land and a company that have been there for over 15 years. Where was Deborah all this while? Where was she? Esther, if things were properly done, why the secrecy? No, the lawyer is saying that they didn't come. Did you inform them? No, did you inform them and they did not come? You know you don't have title to that property. You want to do it through the bank. That's why you did not inform them. There's no other way to explain it. That is why Sanwo-Olu must be involved. Let me tell you, Esther. You see why I'm calling on Sanwo-Olu? Because tomorrow, it may be his own property. They may demolish his own property. Hold on. From powers that are above him. Yes, now. And he will not utter a word. I don't give you examples here. Something you can verify, something that is here. This thing is not in the moon, it's in Lagos here, and it happened. I mentioned the names. So, if people can wake up and then deceive everybody, deceive the court, and start demolishing property, what does it tell you, Esther? You see why Sanwo-Olu should be involved here now. He should find out why one property should have 2 CFO in Lagos State. After all, he's the custodian of all this land now. Let him find out why a property should have 2 CFO. And let us know who is the original owner. And then let us know now who is the impostor here. It's as simple as that. He says Peter should go to police and report. What is that how to solve an issue? For a business and you're asking for investors. You're asking for investors. You should have done the needful. Even call Peter B say, come. Esther, be sincere to yourself. If that property were to be owned by an APC stalwart, will they do this in the deed? Answer that question for me.
Let's not infuse.
Oh, really? I should not have been.
No, because we want to.
Really?
Since
I should not.
The government has decided to investigate the matter.
After the damage has been done.
Since obviously, if they say they were not aware, it had nothing to do with them. It's a civil matter. If not that Peter Obi raised it up on social media and everybody is talking about it and their attention was drawn to it, they wouldn't have known. The government cannot be supervising all activities going on across all the properties across the states. I am talking of those who are blaming
Peter Obi, Esther. I am talking of those who are blaming Peter Obi. What did he do wrong here? That he raised an alarm that illegality has been committed. Is that what they are calling sensationalism? You that went behind closed door. In fact, the NBA should ask that lawyer if this is the process that they need to go through before they obtain judgment. That lawyer, they should NBA. In fact, the Sun should write to NBA and NJC about this matter, and even including the judge. All of them should explain why they gave judgment of this nature in a matter where a property have a CFO already. Let us go from there. Yes, they should. There are many ways to find out whether this man or woman or the other people there were properly served. There are many ways to find out. Esther, there are many ways to find out. Don't tell me that. There are many ways. Look at how the lawyer is not blaming Peter Obi. That now neglecting all he did wrong. Because this is not professionalism at all. It's not. It's not. It's not. You must make sure that the other party are put on notice. What happened to that principle of law that the other party must be heard? What happened to it? What happened to it? Or is that one no longer relevant? Please, from February till now is how many months? Nigerians, the lawyer said that the original document.
February till now is 5 months.
The original document was presented in court to listen. You got a CFO for a property in February, and you got a judgment in what? In June on the same property. So how did you now serve the other party when you did not give the required notices? Esther, these people think they are clever. They are not. Seriously, the man is even indicting himself. When was it obtained? He did not even ask the woman, come, where were you all this while? All of a sudden, nobody is in that compound. You couldn't reach anybody. So how come Peter Obi now noticed what was going on when they came to demolish? You mean if they have gone there to serve any notice, they wouldn't have called Peter Obi or the brother and say, look, court brought one paper here. Esther? No, they couldn't have done that, Abi. Are you serious? So this matter is not, in fact, is not ending so soon. Someone, you must get to the root of this thing so that they don't make you look bad in Lagos State. I'm telling you, this is supposed to be a center of excellence. All this land grabbing by individuals is very wrong. Esther, completely wrong. What is going on here?
All right, Barrister Darlington, we need to take phone calls and reactions. So let's look at this. A fresh obstacle has emerged for a new opposition as a political party named All Democratic Alliance, as a rival group has also applied to INEC using the same acronym. Both groups are currently listed on INEC's register of pending applications. The coalition-backed ADA appears as number 109, while the Advanced Democratic Alliance, also using the acronym ADA, is listed as number 110. The situation sets the stage for a likely rejection of one or both names, in line with INEC's guidelines, which prohibits political associations with similar names, acronyms, or logos to avoid confusion, based in Wuse 2, Abuja, and lists Alhaji Ahmadu San and Zipporah Pass Miracle as its leaders. So Umar Ado, a convener of the coalition-backed ADA, dismissed the challenge, insisting their application came first. So is ADA dead on arrival?
Esther,
I'm just asking.
did I not tell you the other day? I even told you that at the end of the day, INEC will come and tell you that somebody registered this thing before. We didn't see it. We didn't see this thing before. It was an oversight.
This coalition of Peter Obi, Atiku, Rufai, them. I think yesterday Peter Obi went to meet with Malami. A couple of people is for financial benefits, that Malami has money, that the party, the coalition needs money.
They say he want to become a member of Obedient or so. So what I'm saying is
Malami.
Yes, now they
member of Obedient.
What is wrong with that? What is wrong?
Mr. Darlington. Is it not in contrast to what the Holy Grail Obedient represents?
No.
Malami.
Esther.
Under Muhammadu Buhari.
Esther.
Barrister Darlington.
Even in the kingdom of God.
Don't come down your voice. So.
In a factory, he bought a wheelbarrow and he was selling fruit. A policewoman slapped him. He went and bought fuel and bought himself. That started Arab uprising in 2011.
Yes.
Nobody should blame Nigerian youth.
Exactly.
How many? Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Are you? How many youths are still in cell for 2020 answer? If to say youth has gone, can soldiers shoot them like that? Even Afghanistan youths cannot tolerate this nonsense cannibalitocracy in Taliban government. Barrister, not all the youth have collected money. I have never collected 1 naira since 1999 to 2 years ago. I have retained thousands. It is religion and the tribe. But then religion and tribe did not work on 2020 answer. Conclusion. What happened to Peter Obi brother is a political program, political witch hunting, political cannibalitocracy. Why the rush?
It don't do.
In final conclusion, there is every indication that woman they say they get that land. Maybe that's all the plan. No, that's all the plan against me to be anything can happen.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
It don't do. No, the matter will definitely go to court, Esther. No,
obviously it will. The only thing is that the property has been demolished already.
That is the end game. That is the game plan. That's why they already did it. Are you getting it? So by the time the dust will settle, they say, well, it's a mistake. But the court must give what? Cost.
All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther, and the senior advocate of the masses, Dr. Darlington.
Well done. Welcome, sir.
This is Mayor from Esther.
Mayor, welcome.
Dr. Darlington, you have spoken well. Even Nigerians come together, whether from north, south, west to east. PPP, RPP, PP, YYY, and rescue this country. It's not about party again. It's about patriotism.
Exactly.
If you know that you love to answer a Nigerian, you don't want to be answering a Chinese or a South African or a whatever name.
All right, Mayor. Thank you.
Of this country.
Thank you very much, Barrister. In 2020, October 2020, during the NSAS, That was the first time I saw our youth. Oh my
to
God.
come together, yes.
It was at the initial stage, it was beautiful. People were walking around together, praying on the land. They knelt down. I was like, wow. And as in with candlelight, they were singing, praying for the nation, praying for those who have died through some of these NSAS, through some of these SARS police officers.
Exactly.
I was like, I had goosebumps. I was like, for real? Like we can actually come together like this. It was a sight to behold. Nigerians collectively, there was no disparity or hierarchy. Both celebrities, common Nigerian, everybody on the road. Pastor Darlington, I was seeing the youth kneeling on the floor, praying for Nigeria, praying for the country with their placards. I don't know how that beautiful movement turned into something sad.
That is God at work. Yeah, we brought a lady here now. When the other lady, one of the arrowhead of that protest, she came here to tell us details. He said at a point, the celebrity started receiving phone call to leave that place.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine. How's your health?
My health is okay. Oh, thank God. Thank you so much. What's your name, please?
Esther, be careful because of your mental health.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is MC Rachata.
All right. Welcome, sir. Calling from where?
Yeah, you don't normally call my name whenever I send message.
It's because of
MC
your name.
Rachata.
Rachaka.
Rachaka.
Okay, lick hands.
Lick finger.
Wow.
Are you
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
salute Barrister Darlington. Agumbo. Baba, I greet you, sir.
Okay.
Well done, no.
So let me quickly go to my topic. My topic this evening, first time calling. My topic this evening is that these people, they are using this thing for format. That is for me. They are using it for us to stop calling his name, they are tired of us calling his name, calling the government of the day. So they want to give us new topic, new format. So that is what I think about this. There's nothing else.
All right. MC Rachaka. Enjoy your evening.
Yes.
Well done, my brother.
That name. Hello, good evening. How are you? 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Sister.
How are you, sir?
Good evening, Barrister Darlington. My name is Taiwo. I'm calling from Maryland. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Mr. Taiwo, welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I'm always happy when I hear your voice. Honestly, I'm smiling.
Thank you.
I like the way you are smiling. I'm always smiling where I is now. You can see Nigeria now. As I'm saying, we have a ruler. We don't have a. We have a leader. We have a ruler. We don't have a leader. Until we have a leader before this country can settle. In a situation whereby we have this kind of people in a position, which legacy they want to lay for those people who are coming behind, which I believe that if it is a APC property, they can never demolish it like that.
My brother, that one is certain.
They can never, I'm assure you. Even if it is a local government chairman that holds that property, they can never demolish it. You can see the way they are playing in this country now. Tribalism and politics. And you are expecting that kind of thing is happening in a country, and that country will move forward. And you are expecting other people from another country to come to Nigeria to come and invest. What kind of invest? At the end of the day now, they were telling us that they are travel out to their Europe, China, Germany, China to go and call those white people to come to Nigeria to come and invest. Instead of to tell us that they are looting our money and take it to that place and keeping the money for their generation that the God will not allow to come to this war. Anyway, God will judge them one by one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. President, if you know the number of Chinese companies in this Lagos, Chinese establishments, nobody they talk. Yet they will complain that it's something else, or another group of persons that are occupying their region. Like how? If you see the foreign companies that own major establishments in these states. Wow. Not just China, India. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? China, India, Lebanese.
Yes.
Go.
We have suffered injustice. Every damn thing. We have suffered a lot. We have suffered a lot every day. We have suffered a lot. We have been crying this and nobody's hearing us. What do we do to these people? Do you take their mother or their father? What do we do? Let us, if there's anywhere we have offended them, let them tell us. We go and beg them. It's better let them tell us. We go and beg them. Tell us everything. My brother, I'm not happy. I'm crying every day. You go to shop, they will tell them, but okay, we that is doing business, they will, if they want to collect tax from us, they will increase tax as if we don't come from another place. If we talk, they will say, go to your state. Are we not Nigerian?
Are you serious? They tell you that?
Yes.
They are preaching one Nigeria. Are we not one Nigeria? If they are not one Nigeria, tell us. You want to go and rent house, they will tell you. I don't want people in my house, me for Moibo. Who do you want again? What do you want us to do? We are fired though. We are fired. This thing is getting out of hand.
I'm telling you.
They are pushing us. They are pushing us to the wall. What do we do to them? What do we do to them?
Is there any time you saw one Igbo man doing like that? Please tell me.
No.
So what is the no man's land here now?
They say that you don't say that it's not. You can't say that it's Yoruba land. You can't say it's no man's land. And then before you know, it escalated to this whole.
I have told you these are propaganda, which you know is not true. I just ask you.
I know, but the thing is that look at the resultant effects.
No, we are trying to debunk it. Okay, look at what a lawyer said that P2B is politicizing an issue, a serious issue like this. Instead of even look at what he had done wrong professionally, he now wants to gaslight the P2B and every other person to push it so that they will say P2B is raising.
Then the other day she saw them, and she was surprised because it was on Sunday. On Sunday, the car people were packing people on Sunday. I said, are they working on Sunday? So this thing they are doing is too bad. It was very noticeable. If it was on my wife, I would be saying maybe somebody is blackmailing Yoruba people. I see how they do government work. You are selecting bad. If it is because of the election they are doing this thing, they should stop it. It is too bad.
All right, Ben, thank you very much.
They are being covered to a corner. They are being covered to a corner. The people that are, look at Agbero, don't they have their headquarters in Abuja now? They have the headquarters in Abuja now. Look at during the time of Ahmadi, one of his things was that he was forced to face out all these downfall bosses. It's one of the things, one of the many things. They were trying to sanitize Lagos. But you know, these people they are instruments in the hands of the people in power now. Somebody that said, grab this snatch it and run away with it. So they are looking any loophole you see. So that is what they have called Lagos to the power now. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's all a local government.
Yeah. If there's change of ownership, it will reflect at lands.
Okay.
If there's change of ownership, yes, it will reflect at lands registry. And when you go there, you will see clearly that this property have changed hands. So.
All right, good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Please, Barrister, don't overstress yourself. Truth is always painful. Many people hate the truth. I will continue to pray for you and that God will continue to keep you safe. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Nigerians are full of deceit and craftiness. Nigerians voted for their desired candidate during the election, and the INEC chairman deceived Nigerians with a glitch unknown language, and the government, after many innocent people were killed in the southeast, and the government declared the killers as unknown gunmen, and a house that belonged to a person was demolished, and the government declared it as a known person. Who are these unknown people? Shame to these crafts and deceits. Chikeze from Agor. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. The problem we have in this country is we the masses. We don't speak truth to power, especially when it doesn't affect us. I've been following this demolition since yesterday. Most people have been calling for Peter Obi's head. The Lagos state government cannot distance itself from this property. How can someone acquire land since 2003, took an unknown person to court in 2023, and the governor is signing seal of O in 2025? Also, if they don't have ulterior motives, why then on rush to demolish? The woman and the lawyer must be arrested and prosecuted and all damages fully paid. Just imagine you want to serve someone a court injunction and cannot serve it to his lawyer but keep pasting it on the fence. Nigeria is indeed a lawless country. Casey from Ijesha. Peter Obi's younger brother purchased a property in Lagos 15 years ago. During Peter Obi's tenure as governor of Anambra State, the property was acquired through a company called Next Food Limited, same name as Peter Obi's supermarket, which suggests that the brother may have acted as a front for Peter Obi. Instead of Mr. Darlington advocating for the people of Anambra to recover funds allegedly misused for business purposes, instead of building infrastructure in the state, but they focused their efforts on fighting over land that was not originally theirs. Tunde from Ijegu.
Oh my God, Esther, can you? Okay, hold on, no. Let us begin to interrogate what he said now. The former governors of Lagos State and P2B, let us begin to assess and then interrogate the property they acquired when they were in office and that of P2B, and let us see who have stolen more money from his state than each other. Sebi, you want to talk? Let us do land auditing in Lagos and see who have stolen all the land in Lagos. You hear, Shegu?
Okay.
There.
This I can't read this your message. This one that you write, all these ones are allegations. You don't have proof. You don't have proof. Oh. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. I witnessed a scene in Oshodi last week Friday where commuters were struggling to board a bus because of a hold-up on the Agege motor road that links Mafuluku. The young man had boarded the bus before this Agbero guys. By the time the vehicle reversed, one of the guys in the bus alighted, dragged a young guy from the vehicle saying, I did tell you say we be three and you say they drag with me. You think say na Anambra you dey? He pushed the guy into a transformer barricade.
Okay.
With the way things are going, we're sitting on a time bomb. Bukunola from Afuluku. Wow.
The person that is causing all this next time, we are saying it. They don't want to mention. They don't want them to be called. They don't want to mention name until this thing will boomerang one day. They will not remember what I'm saying. They think this thing will continue. It will not. Esther, it will not. One day something will give and we settle all this matter. We have been saying it out quietly. Nobody want to listen. Nobody want to listen. Look at where they are taking the matter. Peter B acquired the whatever. And yet nobody have called Peter B at EFCC since he left office. So nobody. But we know what Alpha Beta did in Lagos State here. They will never mention it. They won't. Esther, they will not call. They will not say it. Even to oh my God, Esther. This thing you are saying now, you see, that's why when these people they will first call up, they will draw the first blood. When you answer them, they say you are tribalistic. Should they be talking about P2B and the tenure in Anambra over this matter? Should they?
Good evening. Just greeting you guys, Barrister Darlington and you, military queen from 174 Battalion Ikorodu. Okay, good evening. Esther and Barrister Darlington. All my life I have been in Lagos. My friends are Yorubas and they have followed me to my village in Anambra. I am depressed with this development. Donjur from Ijesha. Good evening, Esther. My barrister, please check your BPO. I don't want you to die for nothing. When we started telling ourselves the truth in this country, it will be better for us. We are not one in this country. Please release Master Nnamdi Kanu Kechukwu Bende from Aguda. All right. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. So it's their land, and yet they came to our land when we left them and declared Biafra. Kill over 3. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tribalism and nepotism has destroyed this country. I wonder why late Lord Luga did a wrong move by amalgamating this nation together with people whose forefathers have... Okay. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Lagos is not like this when Jack Conde and the rest ruled as governors until this very government came in. In 1999, the rest is history. Yorubas are good and accommodating people. Adiola from Isheri Oshun. All right. Esther Wachka and Mr. Darlington, I wept for this country every day. Many people don't know who the man President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. Take a look at how he does his things. A mafia way. What does that tell you about him? Oluchi from Akbakba. Good evening, Esther. Okay, Ima from Oshis. Good evening, Esther and Olga Darlington. The extra tax Igbo traders paid is also the fault of Igbo leaders. Go to Ladipo and see what Monday and his boys are doing to Ladipo traders. Is he not an Igbo man? Emeka from Oshodi. All right, good. This is another way to look at things. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. It is suffix to say if the caliber of Peter Obi's brother's house in GRA Ikeja could be demolished, some particular tribal groups are no longer safe in this Lagos. So from demolition of property will further degenerate to forceful driving them out from Lagos because of APC and Tinubu. So to make sure what happened in 2023 will not happen in 2027, Mazi Amadi from Lagos. I'll just say everyone should please be careful. That's all. Esther, what happened to Peter Obi is just victimization. It also happened to me in October 2023 at Sonia in Surulere. The house I was living in was razed to the ground without prior notice. When all the tenants were away, to their various places of work or business. I lost over 90% of my belongings in that illegality. The police at Soloki Police Station in Sulere Aguda refused to investigate the tenant's complaints of the issue. The DCO of that station told Inspector Gimba not to take any entry until the landlord or his mother, who have disappeared, shows up. Up till this minute, no one knows their whereabouts. Nigeria is the worst mistake ever made by man. Alex from Akpakpa. So this thing had been happening since 2023?
No.
Wow, this is crazy. Good evening, Esther and Barrister. Esther, please, don't counter Barrister. Allow him to say his mind. Barrister always stands by the truth. How I wish you are the president of Nigeria. Things will have been okay. Martins from Festac Town. Good evening, Esther and Barrister. Trust me, political enemies and Lagos bandit is behind the demolition of Peter Obi's brother's property. It might be difficult, but Obi will recover his property back with exorbitant damage cost. Igbo must go movement. Lagos is no man's land. Igbo plan to take over Lagos. No vote for APC. Day your house. These are propaganda orchestrated by APC. Lagos traditional rulers and Bayo Nanaga. Chike from Akpakpa. All right, Esther, God will deliver us. Okay. Good evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. The demolition of Obi's younger brother's property is not only bad but totally condemnable. I totally agree with him that lawlessness is now the order of the day in Nigeria, especially here in Lagos. It's so unfortunate and shameful that we have found ourselves in this type of stupid situation and nobody is making any positive move to change the situation. The demolition for me is politically motivated and a way to get at Obi. So shameful and sad. Well, the Lagos state government has committed to investigate the matter to the latter. So let's just wait for all of that to unfold and let's not ascribe anything to the state government, as they have come out to completely debunk and distance themselves from what happened. Good evening, my slate queen and everly consistent Barrister Darlington. It's obvious that those who are behind the demolition of Obi's younger brother's house knew what they did. My only problem now is in this case is that the judiciary, which is a branch of APC, unquote, will not be able to dispense proper justice over this matter. I want to allege that the governor of Lagos State allowed some people to please his and their masters since they had just reconciled. If not, how can anyone make sense out of this thing that over over 17 years, which was issued when Fashola was the governor of Lagos State, is now inferior and insignificant to the one that Mr. Sanwo-Olu just issued this year? Yeah. What a joke. Good evening, S. and Barrister Darlington. It's quite unfortunate that due process was jettisoned by the secret land grabber and her legal team in order to achieve a predetermined goal. I commend Lagos State government for ordering investigation to unravel the truth of this case. Those involved in this illegality should be punished to serve as a deterrent to others. Second group of people submitted application to register ADA. Wonders shall never end. What those politicians cannot do does not exist.
I told you.
Anaklet Anabuwan from Alagbado. Barrister Darlington, what's your final take? We need to.
Oh, Esther, seriously, you see, when people come and they are challenging me, I'm not. In fact, I want all of them to come so that we can trash out this thing.
Okay.
I am not afraid of debates, but bring facts before the table. Are you getting what I'm saying? We have been consistent in telling you that there is a problem in Lagos. Forget about this window dressing. There is a very big problem in Lagos State. Unfortunately, the governor is not even doing what he's supposed to do, because he too, you heard when they said that he had committed a sin and he had been forgiven. I don't know whether he has actually been forgiven, because if you notice of late, he's not even acting, playing the role he's supposed to play. He's not. They came all the way from Abuja and told us that nobody should acquire land, build any setback along that road they built in front of their house there at Atlantic City. That all those land, nobody should go there and do anything, this and that. All of a sudden, the state assembly were the one who announced it that they will not approve. What happened to the governor? Who is the custodian of land in Lagos State? Esther. No, tell me, what happened to him? So the man is equal there. In fact, it's like he's getting the Ambode treatment. So, but at the end of the day, the story will be told that when Sanwo-Olu was in office, buildings were being pulled out or pulled down. That is what will be told. Whether he's the one or not the one, it happened under his watch. So he should find a way to make these things public so that people will know what he's going through.
All right.
One of the reasons why, what's his name? This man succeeded in Anambra, Ngige, was when he came out and told Anambra people that, look, The Uba brothers are the one responsible for what is going on. They don't want me to do work. All the money that came from Abuja, they collect it to this and that. It was at that time that Anambra people now rally around him, and the rest became history. So Sanwo-Olu, you should come out clean. Don't let people to call you the name you don't bear. I am telling you. Right. After this your party, you will leave office one day and you become an ex-governor. So what story will be told about you?
All right, President, thank you so much for coming on the program. I want to say something. We need to love ourselves. We can only promote unity and peace. That's the only way we can cohabitate. The insecurity in the southeast, the security in the north, is not the making of the indigenes of the state. People naturally come and migrate to areas where they know that there are opportunities. So long as the people that live with you are part of the development of your space, you live in harmony and in peace, there should be no hate or dislike. There should be no disunity. I'm actually appalled, and I'll not lie to you, I really feel bad. And it's a scary situation, to be honest with you, what this whole development means. A situation where if you want to rent a house, you have to ask for your state of origin, where you come from your tribe. I mean, we're all going through the same ordeal. We all have the same red blood on our skin, on our bodies. So why are all these requirements necessary to live and harmonize and work? If you want to get a job, they have to ask you where you come from, what state you belong to. You're already profiled. So is that how we're going to continue to live our lives? Please, Nigerians, we can do better than this. We cannot allow politicians divide us. We cannot allow ethno-religious sentiments. We cannot allow this division in our polity. It's wrong. It's sick. It's a cancer. You may not know what you are allowing to fester. You may not even understand the danger of this. It's our children yet unborn that will feel the impact of this. And trust me, those who are perpetrating this, you'll be so shocked that if you thought you were trying to preserve yourself in doing this, you've actually created problems for yourself in future. Please, let's work together. Let's speak with one voice. Those political bandits, according to Rufai, they wine and dine together on the table. There's no where you come from. There's no that you're Igbo, you're Yoruba or anything. They all work together. They eat together. At 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m., they're all partying together, regardless of their different ethnic group or religious affiliations. So why would you let these things divide you? Please, Nigerians, we can do better. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.